certain amount of kilometers for 4 days, back to back, from 30 to 50 kilometers. And my best friend, Nicole, who you've met, who I've done a video with, walked the 40 kilometers, and a couple other friends and older roommates walked the 50 kilometers. So it was really exciting to this year have quite a lot of people in my circle who are walking. But around that event is a city festival, basically, that is 7 days long, and there are a gazillion musical performances and places to dance. The whole city is absolutely crazy. I wouldn't recommend staying in the city center that week. It's intense. I wore my earplugs for the majority of my day when I was at home. But I actually had quite a bit of energy, which was incredibly surprising. And while I did take it slow, and it didn't look, my week didn't look the way that it would have looked for my friends, I guess, at my own pace, I really got to enjoy that festival and the parties and supporting my friends. And I danced a lot and had a great time. It always feels like coming home when I'm there, and it's just amazing to run into people you love on the street when you're just going to the grocery store or whatever. Back in college, I lived in student housing, and I lived in 2 different places, and since then I've subletted a couple times, and so I've lived in many different places in the city at this point. That also means that I have 1,000 roommates, 1,000 old roommates, and people who lived in the same house as me, but not at the same time, and we've become friends. There's just a lot of people that I used to spend so much time with who still live there, and who I now don't get to see that much, and haven't been able to see that much. So it's been nice running into loved ones, and to be able to catch up, and to live life with them. And I was very worried for a long time that would be really difficult, because everyone was living their life, and I was here, and I missed them so much, but, life goes on, blah blah blah. But I'm so pleasantly surprised by how easy it was to just slide back in and pick everything up, I guess. So it's been a really good experience, and I didn't get a single migraine when I was there, which I could cry about if I think about it too long. And I did actually cry about at the festival. I was in Park Kronenberg, for the people who know. absolutely nothing today. I didn't make any plans because I just wanted to see how I would feel today. I slept for 9 hours when I got home, and I was honestly a little bit disturbed almost by how quiet it is here. After spending so much time in the city center, and then especially this week with there being music around all the time, I didn't really expect to have to get used to the quiet or something, or that I would even notice it, but I did. But it is nice to spend some time at my parents' house again, and then I'll be going back to the city for a few months after that to soak up even more friend time, and I'm very excited about that, to spend the summer there. This is where I want to, this whole story does have somewhat of a point. You know, you guys know this, but I've been struggling with my health and mental health for the past 3 years in such an intense, insane way. With burnout recovery, all those migraines, not, just feeling really stuck where I'm at. And the change of scenery these past months, the different environments, and just continuously putting myself through the things that I am anxious about, and seeing that even though I'm anxious, things can go well, has been such a relief. And it just reminded me yet again of how everything always passes, and things, even though they are really long, sometimes are temporary. And that counts for the good as well as the bad, but especially in those bad times, knowing that things will pass, it can be so comforting and helpful. And, I got to enjoy every single moment 10 times more because I've been down in the dumps so much. And not to say that I'm super happy that I was, but these past years have taught me, so much about myself and everything. This is not like a speech of I'm cured. But I do feel such a strong sense of confidence in knowing who I am, and knowing that I've got my own back through all this crap that I went through, that other things that are also scary are a little bit easier to deal with, I guess. And so, if you are going through a hard time, I know that you might not see it in this way, and you really don't have to, so I would say don't force yourself to view it positively if that's just not how you feel. Feel the way you feel, and try to catch yourself in those moments, and see if you can create some distance between yourself and the thoughts and feelings, so you don't drown in them. And I hope that you can find a sense of strength in knowing that this is going to make you very resilient and empathetic and strong, and will hopefully and probably give you such a sense of gratitude for the things around you. I think that that is one of the more beautiful things that came out of all this, is that these past 3 years I've gotten to enjoy the small things so much. I think I've always had that. I was confronted with health things when I was a teenager, so I think I do adapt quickly in that sense, in seeing the good in the small things, and finding fulfillment in the small things, even though you deserve the big things too. I know I sound very vague, but I think overstimulated from being around all those people and then having people along the road cheering you on the whole time. And the people that I talked to really were like, no, those were the moments that I felt really good. The moments when there wasn't anyone along the road is when I got in my head and things got hard. And those people on the sidelines gave so much physically and mentally that they really pulled me through. And I thought that that was just really beautiful and symbolic to how, you know, dealing with things on your own is really, really hard, and the people around you can pull you through. And that doesn't mean that it's suddenly not hard anymore, and that it isn't still you who has to do it, you know what I mean? But my friend really beautifully said, don't underestimate your own strength, but also don't underestimate the strength of the people around you. And that was so beautiful. I was like, oh my god. The fact that she got to muster up a quote like that after walking so much, I'm proud of her. I don't know, it was just really, I just had a lot of positive, reflective thoughts these past few weeks, and especially this week. It was just amazing. And it was nice to see people happy and together, and to watch live performances and great DJs, and I don't know, shake ass. It's just the best. And it really helps too, if you're anxious or stressed or feeling stuck, to get up and move. And so, you know, dancing it out is great as well. One of the days my friends and I got together and we were kind of like a little bit gloomy, a little bit sad, a little depresso, and we talked for a while because, you know, it's good to talk it out. And then we were like, time to shake ass. And then we did, and we felt great. We all had a great night, which I thought was also amazing. How quickly that turned around, and how we all went home thinking I had a great night, even though the night started with, I think I'm gonna go home in 30 minutes, guys. So yeah, a lot of reflections, but also just a whole lot of fun. And I just wanted to bring you along in that story a little bit. I feel like I kept it really vague, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. Very vague and sleepy and, yeah, good, I guess. And I really hope that you are feeling good too, and that you are soaking up your relaxation time. Maybe you are already falling asleep a little bit, or trying to fall asleep. So what I'm going to do is just make a couple sounds with things to kind of tune out of this video. Maybe you want to go watch something else, or maybe you just want to take a moment to close your eyes, focus on your breathing before you head off to a next video or the rest of your day or night. A little bit of mindfulness while I tap on things. So if you want to, you can relax your forehead and clench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Or if you're lying down, feeling yourself sink into the surface below you, feeling yourself settling into your body, and then letting your eyes fall closed, and bringing awareness to your senses. So, what do you hear very far away from you? Very close to you, maybe in this recording, the white noise, my voice, the tapping, and just letting everything be there. And then seeing the darkness or lightness behind your closed eyelids. Any tastes in the mouth, moisture, and then feeling the air on your skin, focus on the breath by breathing in for 4 seconds and exhaling for 6.